Hey guys, it is Monique with Meals and Miles. If this is your first time here, welcome. I am Monique, the Melanin Foodie Travel Agent. I cover everything from my travel tips, travel hacks, my personal travel experiences, hotel and restaurant reviews, as well as my own recipes. So if you like any of that, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. If this is not your first time here, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate each and every person that comes back to my channel. It means a lot to me. Okay guys, today we're going to talk about all-inclusive resorts. One of my travel niches in the travel agent world is all-inclusive resorts. I have come to learn that in my almost 4 years of being a travel agent that a lot of people do not understand or know exactly what an all-inclusive resort is. So let's break it down. Let's start at the top. What is an all-inclusive resort? All-inclusive resort is a vacation resort that includes your lodging, your meals, sodas, coffee, tea, whatever. Also, most all-inclusive resorts are going to include your alcohol, your liquor. Some include motorized sports or non-motorized sports, activities, daily entertainment. So that is what an all-inclusive resort is. Now, all-inclusive resorts are located in multiple places. You're going to see majority all-inclusive resorts in the Caribbean, Mexico, Central America. But there are also all-inclusive resorts overseas, some in Asia, some in Europe. So when you talk about all-inclusive resorts, let's get into it. All-inclusive resorts are broken down into categories, and a lot of people don't know that. So when you are contacting your travel agent, or even if you decide to book your travel yourself, when you're looking for an all-inclusive resort, you want to look at the categories of all-inclusive resorts. So we're going to start here. Generational. Generational meaning family, meaning multi-generations, from baby up until grandma, grandpa are covered in these resorts. Generational centers around the family atmosphere. So there's going to be activities for the kids, the adults, and also for the seniors. But a lot of people don't know that. So when they're looking at resorts, they're like, ooh, most people look at pictures. Oh my God, this resort is beautiful, but it might not be necessarily what you're looking for. Even with generational resorts like Sunscape and Nickelodeon, you have Nickelodeon, who's more catered towards kids. Now they do have activities for adults. So let me not deter you away from generational or family resorts. But you're going to have activities specifically for each age group. Most all-inclusive have daycare. They have teen zones, tween zones, where they can go and they can play with people their age and do activities that's geared towards that age group. A lot of generational or family resorts have an adults section where the kids are not even allowed. You can go and you can have dinner or lunch or breakfast in that area. You can go have your own pool, your own bar. It depends on the resort and what is offered. And then you have seniors where they have activities and things geared towards the seniors. So that's going to be your generational family type style resorts. Now some of these resorts are going to be Grand Vilas and Riviera Maya, Mexico. You're going to have beaches, resorts. You're also going to have Hyatt Ziva, and yes, I am reading off a list because I wrote all this down for y'all. Coconut Bay Beach Resort in St. Lucia, Paradisus in Playa del Carmen, Mexico, Club Med, Sandpiper Bay in Florida. So yes, there is an all-inclusive resort in Florida. I do get that question all the time about, is there all-inclusive resorts in the U.S. There, Club Med, Sandpiper in Florida is an all-inclusive resort. Now, there's way more family all-inclusive resorts than what I read. That was specifically from Travel and Leisure. These are the top rated, according to Travel Leisure and Leisure. These are the top rated resorts for family generational resorts. Okay guys, we're gonna talk about adults only. Adults only meaning only adults are allowed in that area or allowed at that resort. Now, the biggest misconception when it comes to adults only, a lot of people think adults only means either 18 and up or 21 and up. Incorrect. Totally incorrect. Adults only depending on the country and the resort, can be as young as 15 years old. Yes, you heard me correctly, as young as 15 years old. I have seen many people on different travel agent sites or even on TripAdvisor and Yelp complain about, I wanted an adults only resort and I got there and teenagers were there. That's because in that country or that resort allows or sets the age for adults at a certain age. So especially in Asia, there are all-inclusive resorts overseas. In Asia, specifically, I want to say it was either Thailand I was looking at or Bali I was looking at for a client before COVID, who wanted an all-inclusive resort, and the minimum age was 15. And they were pretty like upset because they're like, that's not an adults only. No, it depends on the country. The age that's set or considered as an adult in that country. That's what it is. No agent can change that, okay? No agent, no company is going to change their policy because that is what you're wanting. So when you're looking at adults only, if you're really looking for adults, you need to make sure that you check the age limit for that adult only resort to make sure that it's what you're looking for. Also, adults only can either be in a separate resort, meaning that whole resort is adults only, like a TRS Corral or a couples resort, or like Hinduism or whatever the case may be. Those are adults only resorts. Or you can go to, say, a family resort, but they have an adults only section. Meaning on this side of the property, for example, Bahia Principal in Jamaica, there's a Bahia Principal, and then there's a luxury Bahia Principal. Bahia Principal, family. Cross the walkway, luxury Bahia Principal, which is adults only. So you also have to check to see what you want. Are you wanting to go to a property that has family, but this section is adults only, or are you wanting to go to a exclusively adults only resort? We're gonna talk about couples resorts. So in that adults only, you have the realm of couples resort, meaning that resort caters to the couple. That's going to be a resort you see a lot of honeymooners at, people celebrating their anniversaries. You will see some weddings there as well, because they're wanting to go to a place that caters to the couple. Not necessarily that caters to everybody, but the activities are geared more towards the couples. The amenities, the spas, the luxuries of that resort are going to be catered to the couple. All right. Another category, kind of fun category, fantasy resorts, and that's the best way I can put it. Get my drift. Fantasy resorts. There's no kids allowed on my channel, but these type of resorts are going to be, if you want to explore, that's the best way I can put it. If you want to explore yourself, explore your other significant other, your spouse, your boo, your side chick, side dude, whatever you want to do. This is what these categories of resorts are for. If you've ever seen Real Sex, Hinduism is at the top of the list of those type of resorts. Hinduism is located in Jamaica. It is a resort that you can explore a lot of things at. But there are categories of these resorts. In that fantasy category resorts, you're also going to have nude resorts. You're going to have, like, you can go to this resort and it's clothes optional. I can either wear clothes or I don't want to wear clothes. Yes, there are those type of resorts. Now, I know they've been in the movies, but those are real resorts in real life. You can do that in certain areas, in certain countries, or certain parts of the islands. Depending on where you go, those are those type of resorts. You have like Temptations, you have Grand Lido in Jamaica. Temptations is in Mexico. You have Copacabana in Costa Rica, Desire, Hidden Beach in Mexico. So there's multiple places that you can go to explore the masses of whatever it is that you want to explore while you on vacation. That is your business, as Tabitha Brown say. Live it up. But there is a category of all-inclusive resorts that includes fantasy. Let's talk about spa resorts. There are spa resorts. And I'm saying spa because some people think spa is like I go get a massage. No, you have resorts like Zoetry, which caters to the Zen atmosphere, yoga, Pilates, meditation, breathing, organic living, those type of things. When it comes to spa, the well-being of a person it is totally a spa from beginning to the end. It's not going to be any turn up here. This is not what this resort is for. It's not going to be. Some spa resorts do allow kids, so there's a twist to that. When you think about spa resorts, a lot of people think relaxation, when it comes to spa resorts, but there are some spa resorts that allow kids, and they'll have their own thing, and you can have your own thing. That's kind of the beauty of going to a spa resort. It is for relaxation, it is for your massages and your spa tubs and your big jacuzzis and saunas and laying out on the beach. That is all included in your spa resort. But it's also which one you choose to go to, because they're not created equally. You may have a spa resort where it caters to the total being of Zen, like I was saying for Zoetry, or you can have a spa resort that has a really nice spa, but that's not the focus of it. So it can be like the spa resorts you're going to be looking for are going to be a Zoetry, a Couples, Secret St. James, or Secret Wild Orchard, LeBlanc are some of, and once again, these are from Travel and Leisure. These are some of the top spa resorts according to Travel and Leisure. But these are some of the places you can go for the spa-like atmosphere. Party resorts. If you are looking for a turn up, there are resorts for you. Like I said before, all resorts aren't created equally, but this is why we're breaking down the category of resorts. So you are looking for a turn up. Your bachelor party, bachelorette party, girls trip, boys trip. I want to get away and have fun. I want to party. I want to relax. You're going to go to a resort that's deemed like party resort, lively resort, that type of thing. So you're going to be looking at a Breathless. You're going to be looking at a Temptation, a Hard Rock, a Be Live, a Grand Palladium. They have more activities that's geared to like music, parties, fun activities. Now, that's not limited to the resorts that I said. I'm just saying that the resorts that I listed are some of the top, once again, from Travel and Leisure, some of the top party resorts. Now, some of these resorts are going to have party like Carnival cruise ship, known as the party ship. Some of these resorts are going to be like that entertainment from the time that you wake up to the time that you go to sleep. Some of these resorts are going to have clubs inside of them, so where you can party and have the club atmosphere. Some of them are going to have parties on the beach, some pool parties. This is that category, your party resort. So if that's what you're looking for, be specific in what you're researching so that you can get the best deal or know what the best resorts are for what you are looking for. So now that we've talked about the categories of resort, let's talk about what's included. So the biggest misconception is all-inclusive resorts are created equally. No, they're not. They are not at all. So most people feel, if I'm going to look for all-inclusive resorts, it's going to have my lodging, it's going to have my meals, it's going to have my liquor. Well, that can change from resort to resort. So while yes, you may be able to go to a resort and you have all of your meals included, there are some resorts where in the all-inclusive package, this set of restaurants are all that you can go to. These restaurants over here, you're gonna have to pay extra for. Just like on a cruise ship, best way to put it, you have main dining on a cruise ship. And you know that you can go there and you can eat because that's included in your cruise. But then you have some separate restaurants on the ship that you have to pay for. Same with all-inclusive resorts. Most of the restaurants are included in your package, but there are a few, and some of those restaurants will have like an asterisk by them to let you know that this is an extra charge. This is not included in your package. Also, when it comes to liquor, most all-inclusive resorts are going to include your liquor, but that doesn't mean it's top shelf liquor. And I get that question, are they gonna have my Patron and my Crown and my Jack and my Maker's Mark? No, no, it depends on the resort you're going to. For example, I went to Hard Rock Resort in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. When I came into the room, in the fridge, they had the beers, they had the sodas, they had the waters in the fridge, but then they had a liquor cabinet. They had a tequila, a vodka, a whiskey, and a rum. All brands I've never heard of in my life. Never heard of these brands at all. But when I went to TRS Corral in Costa Mujeres, Mexico, which is north of Cancun, the butler came. When they opened our door, before he left, he said, "What bottle of liquor you want?" And my husband said, "Wait, we can get any bottle of liquor?" He said, "Any bottle of liquor you want." My husband said, "Patron." They bought a Patron bottle about this big, guys, the bigger bottle of Patron. Once we were done with that bottle of Patron, what bottle do you want next? Crown. Another big bottle of Crown to your room. So as you can see the difference, where we have liquor in the Hard Rock that never heard of, and the bottles are already there, the dispensers are already there. All you have to do is dispense whatever amount of liquor you want into your cup, but they're not name brand. They're not what you're used to in America. TRS Corral bringing you a whole bottle of whatever you want. I'm gonna say whatever you want. For us, it was whatever we want, because we were there the second week they opened. Now they may have changed policies since then, but they were bringing us full big bottles of liquor. Whatever we asked for, they brought them. So that's the difference. You can go to a resort and they can have liquor, but it might not be the liquor you want. Or you can go to a resort that serves top shelf liquor. Let's talk about the ultimate all-inclusive resorts. There are resorts, when I say ultimate, it means it includes everything. It includes everything. Outside, I believe outside of like spa type things, everything else is included, like your meals, your drinks, and even tours and excursions. That is called an ultimate all-inclusive resort. There's not many, but there are some that you will be able to go, and when you pay that one price, you have paid the price for your food, your lodging, your drinks, your tours and excursions. Now these properties do tend to be a little bit higher than your normal all-inclusive resort, but when you think of the value of what you're getting in that price, it's pretty worth it. So you will have an occasional ultimate all-inclusive resorts, but those are kind of far few and in between. Talk about food. Food is not created equally at all-inclusive resorts. It's not. It is literally not. I have been to several all-inclusive resorts, and I've had a different dining experience each time. You may go and, like I said, all-inclusive resorts, they have like different restaurants. They have the main like buffet area where you can go and you can get, an array of dishes at the buffet. But then you may have your steakhouse, you may have an Italian place, a Latin place, a Mexican place. Latin and Mexican are not the same. That's why I said them separately. You may have a hibachi, you may have a sushi house, you may have a bar, meaning like an Irish pub. It depends on the resort, what kind of restaurants you're gonna get. But also, I have been to resorts where the food have been like, yeah, that was okay. Then I've been to the resorts where I'm like, that food was amazing. So if you are a foodie, I'm gonna suggest one resort, and it's Unico 2087 in Riviera Maya, Mexico. They are known for their food. They are known, and it's an adults only resort, but they are known to have well-known chefs come and do displays and have residencies there on the property for their food. So if you are a foodie, you are going to want to go to a resort that is well known for their food. It is not created equally at all. Also, in that realm of talking about food, know that some resorts, when you are looking, you will notice that they'll say all-inclusive, but they'll also say European plan. A European plan is not the same as an all-inclusive. An all-inclusive is going to include all of your meals, at least 3 of the meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, it may not include your snacks. That's the other difference with the all-inclusive resort that many people don't know. Depending on where you go, the only meals that are included are going to be breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then you have resorts that include everything. Snacks, you can eat whatever time you feel like eating. But then you have some resorts that offer all-inclusive and European plan. European plan most of the time includes breakfast, but that is it. Sometimes it includes nothing. It just depends on the resort. So make sure that when you're looking for an all-inclusive resort, and if food is your top priority and you want to be able to eat whenever you want to eat, you need to make sure that all meals, snacks, or you can dine whenever you want to, is included in that resort. Alright guys, I hope I helped you in some way in choosing your next all-inclusive resort. We are still in the midst of a pandemic. We're still in the midst of COVID, so some people are traveling to all-inclusive resorts in Mexico and in Jamaica and the DR and Aruba. It's totally up to you. Totally up to you what you feel comfortable with, but I hope that I helped you narrow down your options now when it comes to all-inclusive resorts. As usual, thank you guys so much for coming and viewing my video today. I hope that I helped you once again. If you like anything that you've seen today, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. It really helps your girl out. Until next time,